We're going to start video 3 with just looking at some basic problems, okay? So we got 1/3 of 18 is equal to what? And then what's 2/3 of 18? 1/4 of 32 is the same as what? Versus 3/4 of 32. So when we look at this, we have to think about what is 1/3 of 18. And I can take, and to figure this out, and I probably should have given myself a little bit more room, but we'll be flexible here. I take 18 and divide it into 3 parts. Well, I know that it's going to be 6, 6, and 6. Those are my 3 parts. So 1/3 of 18 is going to be 6. All right. Now 2/3 of 18, I'm going to take two of those chunks. Or I can do it, and I'm going to get 2, 6, and 6 is 12. Now, there is a mathematical way, a different way mathematical. I can take 2/3 times 18, and what do I get? Remember, this is over 1. I'm going to get 2 times 18 is going to give me 36. 3 times 1 is going to be 3. And then I take 36 and divide it by 3, and I'm going to get 12. Okay? Now we've got 1/4 of 32. Now this one I'm just going to do in straight multiplication mode. Alright, I'm going to take 1/4 times 32. And remember, that's 32 over 1, and I'm going to get 32 over 4. And I figure out how many times 4 goes into 32, and I should come up with the answer 8. The next problem, I'm going to take 3/4 times 32. And remember, that's over 1. Multiply that out. 3 times 32, I'm going to get 96 over 4 times 1 is 4. Now, notice that when I did this, essentially I've created 2 multiplication problems. 32 times 3 and 4 times 1. And when we multiply fractions, that's what we do. We multiply our numerators together, and then we multiply our denominators together. Once we have something, we try and figure out how many 4s in 96. That's a lot of count bys, but if I were to divide 96 divided by 4, I would get 24. Okay, because we're 4 away from 100. 100 divided by 4 is 25. All right, so that's that. That's really nice, Mr. Winkleman. Why don't I draw a line, and then I'm going to give you 4 problems, and then I'm going to give you a story problem. I don't know if we're going to have room for all of them, but why don't we pause, and then we'll check and see how much room we have. Your problems for the rest of this video, or for the rest of the lesson, I guess, is we've got what is 1/9 of 27, or 1/9 times 27 is the same as. 4/9 times 27 is what? 1/6 times 42 is, and what is 5/6 times 42? And then we have 2 story problems here. Perlis Peak is 80 miles away. We are 3/10 of the way there. How many more miles do we have to go? And then Eagle Rock is 72 miles away. When we had gone 2/9 of the distance, we stopped for gas. How many miles had we traveled? So why don't you pause the video and work on these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 problems, and then when you're done, restart the video and check and see how you did. Remember, it's very important that you work these problems and try and figure out what you know and what you don't. So then if you have any questions, you can ask Mr. Winkleman. So pause the videos and get to it, do it. Hopefully you took some time, 5th graders, and worked through these problems. I will apologize because my numbers are so messy. I used to have a white stylus at school, and for some reason I cannot find it. So I hope it didn't disappear or someone take it, because yeah, that's one of my styluses. Styli. I don't know how to pluralize that, but that's something I purchased with my own money, so it's going to make it difficult to make videos without it. So if you see a white stylus, or you know someone who has it, would you please get that returned to me? Okay? But yeah, back away from our message and back to our math. We've got 1/9 times 27, and what we're going to do is we're just going to multiply. Remember, we can make two separate multiplication problems here, and we put 27 over 1, so we're going to have 27 over 9 times 1, is 9. Oh, horrible. Let's erase that because I know how to make my numbers better than that. 27 over 9. And then we ask ourselves, how many 9s can I take out of 27? 9, 18, 27. So our answer is 3. Okay. Now, this problem is a little bit more complex because we have larger numbers. We're going to take 4 times 27 and 9 times 1. 4 times 27. Well, 4 times 25 is going to give me 100, and then I have 2 extra. 2 extra times 4 is going to give me, 8. So 100 plus 8 is going to give me 108. Okay. 1 times 9 is 9. And then I ask myself, how many 9s can I take out of 108? Well, 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times 10 is 90. 9 times 11 is 99. Add 9 to that, I'm going to get 108. So it's going to be, oops, I didn't want that color. I want to go back to my original red. I'm going to get 12. Okay. Excuse me. Let's look at 1/6 times 42. Again, we're going to make that into two problems, essentially, by increasing our fraction line, and 1 times 42 and 6 times 1. So I'm going to get 42 over 6. I'm going to ask myself, how many sixes can I pull out of 42, or what times 6 will give me 42? And the answer is 7. Okay, when I look at our next problem, again, two multiplication problems, 5 times 42 and 6 times 1. Well, I'm going to do the easy one first. 6 times 1 is 6. 5 times 42, I'm just going to do that right here. 42 times 5, it's going to be 0, carry the 1, 21. That's 210. And then I ask myself, how many 6s can I pull out of 210? Well, geez, big problem here. Should have chose an easier problem. That's going to be 6. That's going to be 3. That's 18. Subtract 3, 0. Let's bring that down. 5, 30, 0. So the correct response should be 30. All right. Oh, nope, that's not 30. I apologize. I can't. The correct response, if you look right here, the correct response is 35. All right, Perilous Peak is 80 miles away. We are 3/10 of the way there. How many more miles do we have to go? So we've gone 3/10, so we have to figure out what's left. Well, what's left is it's going to be 80 times, and we have 7/10 to go. Make that into two problems, and we're going to get 7 times 8 is 56. 560. 1 times 10 is 10. How many 10s can I take out of 560? And all I have to do is just basically cross off the zeros. And I have 56 more miles to go. And then Eagle Rock is 72 miles away. When we had gone 2/9 of the distance, we stopped for gas. How many miles have we traveled? So we're going to take 72 times 2 over 9. Make that into two problems, 72 times 2 and 1 times 9. So I'm going to get, I believe it's going to be 144 over 9. How many 9s can I get out of 144? Well, that's going to be a division problem. I'm going to just do it over here because I have enough room. 144 divided by 9. That's going to be 1, 9. Subtract 5, bring down the 4. How many 9s? That's going to be 16. Multiply 54, subtract 0, 0. So our correct answer is 16 miles. All right, so that's what we got. Sorry that video got a little long, and if you look at it, it's crazy messy, but that's how we do it. If you have any questions, well, now that you're done, go show your homework, your notes to Mr. Winkleman. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask him, okay? Because tomorrow, with math, you'll have your that quiz, but then then it's going to be up to you to remember. If you have any, again, if you have any questions, and don't forget, go back to the question. How is the multiplication process different when multiplying by non-unit fractions? Hopefully you see a difference than what we worked with lesson 9.1.